Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the special Wednesday version of my live stream, the Hardware Wallet Roundup. Sorry I'm a little bit late today. I had scheduled something for this morning and had totally forgot about the live stream at 9 a.m. So I put a post in my community tab to let people know, but I don't know how many people read that. But once again, I want to apologize. I'm sure a lot of people check this stream out after it's over, and so you might be poking around looking for it, and you won't really care that it was late since you're watching it after the fact. But Daniel, thanks for being here. Daniel just jumped in. I'm sorry I'm not totally presentable, but I wanted to do the stream today because I'm trying to make that commitment to do 2 streams a week. Things are starting to blow up again in the crypto market. People are getting involved. They're asking what's going on, and they want to know how to manage their crypto, and I'm here to help you guys do that. I'm not really an investment advisor. I don't give advice on coins, but if you have a question about how to deal with a particular coin, how to put it in your wallet, how to transfer it, that kind of stuff, I'm open to those sort of questions, and I want to help you guys work through your issues. So thanks again for being here. And I wanted to start off with, I'm going to go over here. Whoops, not this one. I had a couple of questions about VET coin and Theta token. So I wanted to demonstrate how to access those tokens with a ledger device. So the coins in question here are, let's see, VET. We'll start with VET or VE chain. And someone was asking me, how do I transfer my Thor tokens? I think they were, let's see. There's a sub token here called VThor. And so I was getting a question about how to manage those tokens on a ledger device. So you have to use a special app called the Sync app that works with your ledger device. And so I've got my ledger connected, and you need to make sure that you have that VET app on your device. So if we go over to the My Ledger section, now you cannot manage VET in Ledger Live. That's one of the issues that people are running into. But as long as you download and install the VET app on your device, then you'll be able to manage VET on your device. You'll be able to use the device for your private key so that your wallet will be safe and secure. But you cannot manage it over in Ledger Live. You're going to have to use a third-party wallet. So if I type in VET, I get nothing, right? So the trick here is, and I'm just going to put this, I'm going to go back to it in a minute. So I'll leave it open. But sometimes Ledger Live will interfere with your third-party apps. But I don't think it will if we're in the, whoops, that's called Sync. Yeah, so we launched the Sync app. And let's see, where is that? I'll give you a link to that if I can find it for VET. There's 2 versions of it. A VE chain Sync. Here we go. Hey, Joseph. Joseph is here. Thank you. Thanks for rewarding my hard work. I appreciate it. Like I said, I woke up this morning and I was thinking about the things I had to do today, and I had set up a consulting session with someone, very sweet person, and I realized, oh my gosh, it's at the same time as my 9 a.m. So I went ahead. I didn't want to cancel on her. So we were working together for 3 hours. She put me through my paces, but now I'm free and I wanted to go ahead and do the live stream. So this is the website where you can download this. I think there's a newer version of this, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let me go back here. I could have sworn there was a more, there's like a vet 2, sync 2. Let me try that, sync 2. Yeah, 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 see there's, see? Okay, yeah, okay, I get it. All right. So let me give you that. Oh, it looks like you can do this right in your website if you want to. Huh. Well, okay. Let me show you this one. This is the older wallet. And once you get this thing running, you basically just want to connect it to your Ledger device. And I need to be in the Vet app. So let me get in there. Yeah, VE chain. I'll turn on this camera here. Let's bring this guy in. Oh, whoa. Okay. This, I knocked this camera off the desk yesterday. So I was like, oh my gosh, I hope it's not broken. So we'll go into the Vet app. And the Vet app, it's like, okay, there you go. You got it. You've ticked off all the boxes. We can call this one anything we want. Ledger, X, Nano, so anything. Oh, it says the device already existed. I'm gonna just override them, just so you can see what it looks like when you first come in. And so there's my Vet balance. See, and you can see I'm in the Vet app. And the question that I had the other day was, okay, I can see my Vet balance. I can transfer my Vet back and forth, but it won't let me transfer my Thorchain. So what you have to do is you go back to the home screen here, and you have to use one of these little D apps down here. Like, so if you go to VTO Exchange, I haven't used this one in a while, so we're both experiencing together. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. There used to be, let me see, view more, because I could have sworn there was one. Oh boy. So many of them now. Okay. Well, I may not be able to find it. Huh. Okay. Swap tokens, buy Vet, transfer VTHO. I tried it. It wouldn't pull up. Okay. Well, this might be an epic fail here. Yeah, there was an app that I used to use, but I can't remember the name of it, to access your Thorchains. But I don't see it anymore. You would think it would have been one of these. Yeah, let's try one. Yeah, it's just not coming up in this browser. It's kind of weird. Okay. Anywho. Okay, let's try this one. Let's see what happens. Okay. Identity to read balance. Okay, this one. Okay. Or maybe I'm just going to lose all my coins if I do this. Yeah, I'm a little, I don't know what's going on here. I'm not going to. All right, let's just go. Can I get out of this? Here, let me turn this off. When in doubt, drop out. If you're doing something, you don't know what's going on. Good Lord, this thing won't go away. Okay. Wait. Okay, come on now. Can I get out of this? Okay, there we go. Ouch, that hurt. Okay. Anyhow, this is the where you could manage your vet And the VTHO, I don't know. I can't figure that one out. Yeah. Thanks for everybody that's filtering in. I'm just doing a little bit of wallet management. Sorry, I can't figure out how to deal with the VE chain, which is kind of weird. I mean, the Thor chain. There used to be an app on the homepage that was right down here, but now it's gone. So I'd have to keep poking around, and whenever I'm live, I have trouble with that. So, but you can definitely send and receive VET out in and out of this wallet. And then the other one that I wanted to cover real quick before I get to questions is Theta. Let's see, I think I do it over here in cryptos. There's a Theta wallet. And the link that I saved doesn't work anymore. But if you go to the main site, okay. Oh, I remember. It doesn't work in Brave anymore. I'm having a lot of issues with Brave lately. Seems bizarre, but I can't open my Binance US account in Brave anymore. It always gives me CAPTCHAs, and it never lets me in. It just gives me endless CAPTCHAs. So I have to use Binance US in Chrome now. But for the Theta wallet, you go over here to hardware, and you can connect your Trezor device. And the interesting thing about Theta is you have to use the Ethereum wallet for Theta. So in other words, instead of, it wanted me to authorize on my device. Well, we'll bomb out of that, right? So you always got to keep an eye on your device. All right, so let's just run over to the Ethereum app. This is what's kind of tricky about managing Theta on your device. You have to use the Ethereum app because there is no Theta app. But you have to use the Theta wallet to manage your Theta because you can't see it in Ledger Live. So if we go to Ledger and we pull this down and choose this derivation path, Ethereum Ledger Live, then we can connect and access the Theta that's on this wallet. And there you can see it. And interestingly enough, this address right here, it's the same address as my Ethereum wallet over here. This Ethereum wallet has that same address. But on the Theta chain, it's the same address, but it's just, yeah, you can see it up here, this address. But you have to use the Theta wallet to manage it in order to see your tokens. And I've had these Theta tokens for years. I never really touched them that much. I did some stuff with the T-Fuel. Maybe I sold some of it. I don't remember. But I just wanted to point that out. And another point I'd like to make about that is that when you store, when you use your hardware device to manage wallets, you can, like, it's been 2 or 3 years, and I'm like, what did I do with those wallets? Well, they're on my Ledger. So really all I had to do was reconnect my Ledger and get the right app. And even if you had deleted the app, right, you could always go back in and reinstall the app and access whatever wallets you created. So that's really one of the nice things about managing wallets with a hardware device, is the device never forgets wallets that you create. So, you know, I'm getting old. Sometimes I see old videos that I did, like maybe a couple years back, and then I have to watch them again to see what I did. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I see I was using that ledger. Go back in. I have several ledgers laying around, but this is my go-to. So usually if there's a missing wallet, trying to figure out where it is, it's usually on this device. Let me get in here. I'm trying to decide if I should buy Trezor Safe 3, Ledger Nano S Plus, or Tangem wallet. What do you recommend the most? Hugo, the answer I would give would depend on your level of proficiency, shall we say. Are you just getting started in crypto self-custody, or are you a little more advanced in crypto custody? In other words, is it your first wallet, or have you tried other wallets? And then also, I would like to know, what coins are you managing? Are you just managing a few coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, or are you the type that likes to collect exotic tokens and that kind of stuff? So if you're just getting started, the Tangent wallet is probably one of the easier wallets to use. But it does have its limitations. Basically, it's great, and you get a little app that goes with it on your phone, and you can manage lots of different tokens with it. I'm going to share my phone with you guys. Hopefully. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I have this. Oh, there it goes. Yay. Okay. So we'll just go into the Tangent app on my phone. And so you use your phone app in conjunction with the card. The card holds the private key, and nothing can exit the wallet without the card. So a lot of people get nervous with a crypto wallet on their phone. You really don't need to if you're using Tangent, because Tangent card is the key to unlock the wallet, right? So this is a cold wallet, and the Tangent card is the offline private key. Now, if you're, and the Tangent wallet is not that expensive either, so it's a good opening wallet. But if you want a little more versatile wallet, then I'd probably, after Tangent, recommend Ledger Nano S. Ledger Nano S has, or Ledger Nano S Plus. It's only $79. It's not that much more, but it is a little more versatile, maybe a little more difficult to use. You got to write down your seed phrase and not lose it, and keep track of it, and make sure you don't give it out to anybody. If you're new in the crypto sphere, you want to be very careful with that seed phrase. Don't ever give it to anyone. And but the Ledger Nano S has a desktop app, so if you're more comfortable on your computer, that may be the way to go instead of Tangent, because Tangent is only phone app based only. So, but those are my two kind of go-to. I have a Ledger Nano X. It's their flagship product, but the Ledger Nano S Plus pretty much has everything the X has except Bluetooth. So the Ledger Nano X has Bluetooth functionality, and it costs more. But if you're just using your wallet at home with your computer, the Ledger Nano S Plus is same size screen on the device and the same amount of storage. About the same, maybe slightly less, but a lot more than the old S. So those are the two that I would probably choose. Ledger Safe, Trezor Safe 3 is a great wallet. The only problem I have with Trezor is they don't support as many coins as the Ledger device does. But Trezor, a little more transparent. A lot of people are worried about Ledger's new recovery service. And I should point out, for those of you who are like worried about that, the recovery service is not compatible with the Ledger Nano S Plus. So if you are worried that, you know, you're not comfortable with their recovery service and the firmware that makes it possible, as it stands now, the Ledger Nano S Plus is not compatible with that. So one less thing to worry about, I guess. Okay, Hugo, it's going to be your first cold wallet. I store my coins in MetaMask and some on Binance. I have some different coins besides BTC, Ethereum, and UST. Okay. If you already have some coins in MetaMask, you should be able to transfer most of them into the Tangent wallet. But if you want to continue to use MetaMask, like with DEXs, then probably I would lean more towards the Ledger Nano S Plus, because you can connect your ledger to MetaMask. When you go down here to accounts, instead of add account, you can add a hardware wallet, and you can connect your ledger device to MetaMask. And so in using MetaMask, you've got the security of a ledger device. You can see here, these are already connected. But that's the way to go. I could just do it like that, or I could just cancel out, right? So I have two accounts here that are, and notice that MetaMask will indicate that the account is a ledger-based account, right? It says ledger. I named it ledger, but it also says ledger. You can connect a ledger or a Trezor to MetaMask, and it makes it more secure. But these other accounts over here are just standalone. They're not protected by my hardware device. I had someone asking me about that in the comments. They were a little confused, and I understand a lot of people get confused. They think that, oh, okay, I connect my ledger to MetaMask, that means all of my accounts are now protected, but that's not how it works. This base account or John's Ethereum are standalone. They're hot wallets, right? They're not protected by the device. The only accounts protected by the device are the accounts here that indicate ledger or Trezor. The coins in those accounts are based on the private key of those accounts are on my device. So yeah, if you're already using MetaMask and you're familiar with MetaMask, Hugo, you might want to think about getting a ledger, and you can connect it to MetaMask and continue just the way you were before. But I would suggest transferring some of your tokens from Binance and your other base accounts over to your ledger-based accounts. Pretty simple to do, right? So if I grab the address of this account and then I go over to this other account, I can do a quick send to the other account, right? And then just send the Ethereum over. Gas fees are high. Okay, so I paid $2 for that. I'm not worried too much about it. But it's really easy to transfer between accounts in MetaMask too. I hope that helps your decision, Hugo. French Toaster, welcome. Iram H, is there a way to swap ERC20 tokens within Ledger Live? Yes, there is. I'll just that transfer went out, and if we go back over to the Ledger account, you can see that the Ethereum came into this wallet. So now that Ethereum is being protected by my Ledger device. And then the question was, can we swap ERC20 tokens in Ledger Live? And the answer is yes. If you go here to the swap, and you would line it up for your Ethereum account. Why won't it let me choose Ethereum here? I thought you could. Oh, okay. Here. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, I have some token here. And if I wanted to swap it over to a different ERC20 token, like for example, Link, I don't think there's much in that account. Yeah, but as you can see here, it will allow me to do the swap from within Ledger Live. Now we're in Ledger Live, but as you'll notice, we're not really using Ledger Live under the hood, right? It's using Paraswap under the hood. So really you're using a third-party service when you do it. It might, as far as your sanity goes, it might seem more direct to use Ledger Live, simpler, right? You don't have to leave the interface or whatever. Just keep in mind, it's not really doing it within your wallet. It's using Paraswap as a third-party swap platform. But yeah, I mean, you're basically in Ledger Live when you do this. So yeah, it's possible to do swaps from over here and swap on Ledger Live. You just have to line up your trade right? If you are, and you have to have some existing tokens. Well, I mean, you could use your Ethereum to buy tokens too. So, okay, I've got some Ethereum in the account. Let's see what it, I don't know why it did that. Oh, because there was already. Yeah, let's do SHIB, right? So if we max out the Ethereum, we could trade our Ethereum for SHIB, and now we get more choices, right? You can choose 1inch, Paraswap, or CIC. But all of these are like third-party swapping platforms under the hood, you know, when you kind of have to experiment which one works best for you. Love your content. I have a question. Did you pass video on non-KYC crypto swapping? Can you explain why you stopped doing such videos? I don't remember doing any videos where I didn't have to perform KYC, unless you're looking at like a video from back in 2018 where, you know, you didn't have to do KYC to get an exchange account. And asking me to do videos on non-KYC is tantamount to money laundering in a sense, right? I know you would all like to learn how to swap crypto without anonymously, but it's almost unheard of these days. You've got to connect your identity in some way or form. If you already have tokens like here, this would be a non-KYC exchange, 1inch. It's just a DEX. But if you want to buy tokens on Coinbase, or even Binance requires KYC now, Kraken, there's really not much you can get your hands on without doing KYC. I used to show people how to use KuCoin, because I had a KuCoin account that it was just my username and password. I had never given them KYC. Well, now they won't let me connect anymore. My IP address is in the US. So there's not a whole lot of content I can provide for non-KYC crypto, to be honest with you. So that's probably why, because times have changed. Trevor, I'd like to know more about how you farm ULX in MetaMask. Okay. Let's see if we can figure out what ULX is. Ultron, is that what we're talking about here? Okay, it's on a lot of different chains, several different chains. Looks like it's on Binance Smart Chain. Well, let me copy this into my clipboard. I'm assuming that let me switch over to Binance Smart Chain. Let me go over to this other account here. And if we wanted to import that token, we could paste in that contract address. And now we can see it in our MetaMask. Now, there's a lot of different chains, so I'm not sure where you're trying to farm it. But on the Binance Smart Chain, you can go to PancakeSwap and connect your wallet up. It's not. I'm having some trouble probably because I got an extra thing in here. Sometimes when you have Rabby wallet, it will interfere with your MetaMask. So let's try this again. Come on. Let me refresh here. Okay, there. It connected to my MetaMask. So you would, I don't know where, maybe in liquidity. Well, they used to have, oh, okay. This one? BNB, and what was that token we were talking about? X, what was it? Oh, ULX, okay. Okay, all right. So you could do it in PancakeSwap. I'm not sure what kind of rewards they're going to give you. I would imagine you'd earn some ULX by providing a liquidity pair in PancakeSwap. I don't know if they have any. Oh, here's farms. Okay. So let's see. ULX. It doesn't look like you can farm it directly in PancakeSwap. But I mean, that's what you would do. You would connect your MetaMask wallet to a DEX. Unfortunately, I've never farmed ULX, so I don't know what different places have it available for farming. It's been a while since I've done this. You could probably find out more on their website. Yeah, but I can't do this cold. I've never done it, but I can't really figure it out. Lotta day, okay. Yeah, this is their Explorer. So yeah, I wouldn't know off the top of my head the best place to farm for ULX tokens. It's not jumping out at me. Ethan, if I buy one hardware wallet, wait, I don't want to skip anybody. 6G, forgot hardware wallets, nothing IB crypto is worth keeping for more than 8 months. Buy it, sell it, okay, if you want UST in on it. Okay. We're all entitled to our opinions. Yeah. A lot of people would rather not use wallets at all. Just use it on the exchange and trade it. And, you know, but that's a trader strategy as opposed to a long-term holding strategy. And everybody's different, right? French Toaster, this dude gives the most thorough information on hardware wallets on YouTube. Well done. Thank you, French Toaster. Ethan, if I buy one hardware wallet with that one device, can I use that to create multiple wallets? I mean, multiple wallets with multiple seed phrases. Could you please explain that a little? If you own one hardware wallet, like, for example, a Ledger, and you've created a seed phrase, you've initialized it, and you know, you're managing tokens in there, you can reset the wallet to factory and generate a brand new wallet, and it will give you a new seed phrase. And then you can write down that new seed phrase. So now you have two seed phrases, but you can only manage one seed phrase at a time on a Ledger device or a Tangent device. Most hardware wallets will only allow you to do one at a time. Although the Keystone, Pro 3 has the functionality to manage 3 different seed phrases, and you can basically toggle back and forth between your different seed phrases in the settings. So of that, if you want that type of functionality, it's better to use a Keystone if you want to manage 3 different seed phrases. If you only have one device and you want to manage multiple multiple seed phrases, you'll have to wipe and restore to gain access to your existing seed phrase. So if you reset this wallet 5 times and now you have 5 seed phrases, then you're going to have to keep restoring the wallet to manage multiple seed phrases. It might make more sense to use multiple passphrases. A passphrase is like an extra word on top of your seed phrase that brings you into a brand new configuration. I've got a video on doing passphrases. Yeah, this is the most recent video on doing passphrases, and you can have as many passphrases as you want. The only caution I'll give you on that is you have to be very careful to remember which passphrase you're working with, because it's very easy to get confused and not remember which seed phrase had which tokens and, you know, all that stuff. You're much better off just keeping it simple. I know maybe you're thinking you need more than one seed phrase because you're trying to be super safe and secure. If that's your intention, then it might just make sense to have more than one hardware wallet. So you'll have 3 different hardware wallets, you know, like more than one. Like I've got 2 different wallets here. One wallet has one seed phrase, the other wallet has a different seed phrase, and I can manage them separately. And like you keep all of your most of your crypto on one wallet that you hardly ever use, and that's like your go-to safe and secure, you know, vault. And then you've got another one that you use for like swapping and trading on dexes and stuff. If you're going to manage multiple seed phrases, the easiest way to do it is multiple devices. Trying to do multiple seed phrases in one device can be a little tricky, and you might end up screwing something up. That's just my opinion. Let's see, where are we? Okay, we got Hugo there. We got Mike. What do you use to get your BTC on a ledger to wrap BTC so that I can DeFi apps through my MetaMask? There are places you can actually buy wrapped Bitcoin. I don't think you can buy wrapped Bitcoin on Coinbase, but let's just double check. So let's see, how do I do this? I wish they would let me search here, but I guess they're not going to let me do it. Okay, let me try over here. Okay, so let's see wrapped Bitcoin, WBTC. You can buy wrapped Bitcoin on Coinbase, right? Wrapped Bitcoin is an ERC20 based version of Bitcoin. It's tied to the price of Bitcoin. And if you have wrapped Bitcoin, then you can, it's ERC20. So with wrapped Bitcoin, you can jump into, say, MetaMask, you know, and go into, for example, wherever it went. Oh, Ethereum. Okay. Uniswap is like the main one, right? So if you have wrapped Bitcoin, you can go in and swap and trade and do stuff with wrapped Bitcoin, right? Well, actually, this is slightly different because I'm in Binance Smart Chain. Let's go over to Ethereum. Right, and so you could even buy wrapped Bitcoin with your Ethereum, right? Here it is. Right, so if you have Ethereum in the wallet, you can purchase wrapped Bitcoin on Uniswap using your MetaMask wallet, and you know, and I'm using the at the moment it's connected to my ledger-based MetaMask wallet. So I was showing you earlier that when you're in MetaMask, you can use ledger-based wallets. Right, you can see it ends in 2445. That's what Uniswap is connected to, 2455. It's just because that was the last one I had connected when I used Uniswap last time. So you can swap, you can buy wrapped Bitcoin on a DEX like this if you have Ethereum or maybe another ERC20 token. Or if you want to, you can, like I showed you, go over to Coinbase and buy some wrapped Bitcoin and just transfer it into your MetaMask wallet if you want to play around with wrapped Bitcoin. There are plenty of non-KYC swap platforms. You only need exchanges for cashing out and sending and receiving Bitcoin to other wallets. Yeah, I mean, you need on-ramps, yeah. I haven't done any DEX videos in a while. I've been kind of focusing on hardware reviews. You're right about that. It's been a while. I think the last one I did was Pancake Swap, but I do have several videos on how to, I think Pancake Swap was, yeah, this one got a lot of views. But yeah, I haven't done that in a while. You're right. I agree. You're right. I have not done those in a while. I'll have to check into getting back on that horse, huh? Okay, sorry to keep harping on, but did you ever find a vid on the SafePal S1? Honestly, best cold wallet ever. If you tinker with it, I think you'll agree. No more having to use the MetaMask / Ledger. Okay, Emmanuel, duly noted. I do have a SafePal. No, SafePal S1, not a fan. I apologize, but I'm just not a fan. Bitbox, I thought you meant Bitbox. Yeah. Don't know why. I'd have to order a new one. It's been years. Not a huge fan of them. Oh, and I think I was explaining to you the problem with that little device was they had this little joystick and I couldn't enter my PIN. And then you said something like, oh, you can see what you're entering in their app when you have it connected. And yes, that is true, but not when you're entering a password. And I had entered a normal password that I've entered many times, but when I tried to enter it using the SafePal, it was password blocked, right? So I couldn't see what I was entering, and I tried like 3 or 4 times, and because I was having trouble with this little joystick wheel, I guess I was mistyping my password, and it kept rejecting it. And so after like 5 or 6 tries, I said, this is not an easy to use interface, and I stopped using it. That's why. I'm just giving you the truth of my experience with that device. If you're, meticulous and you don't mind, using this little joystick to enter your entries, then that's great. But that was my experience with the wallet. And the relationship did not end well because when I contacted the company, they were pretty rude to me as far as, oh, you don't know what you're doing. And I was like, I do know what I'm doing, and your little wallet is hard to use, so I'm not going to do the video. I'll send it back. And they were like, no, we don't want it back. I said, okay. So, well, what can I say? I'm a 60-year-old dude, and I have trouble with little joystick wheels. Okay, so I use the same seed phrase on 3 ledgers and Tangent. What do I do on the ledger? Well, what I do will show up on the Tangent on ledger. Okay, so South Florida Drone is talking about mirror devices. So if you take one seed phrase and you restore it to a second device, then those devices will be mirror images of each other. And then if you take a new device and restore the new device, then now you've got 3 devices that are all tied to the same seed phrase. And if you buy a Tangent wallet and a new Tangent wallet, you can do a restore on that using a 24-word seed phrase. I've tried it, it works. And then you have access to the same, basically the same tokens you've got over on your ledger. Although it's not a one-to-one because I'm not sure that Tangent supports every single token you might have on your ledger device. But But yes, that is true. If you transfer your Bitcoin out using Tangem, then you can go over to your any of your 3 ledger devices, and that same transaction will have occurred on those same wallets, because they're all the same master. It's the same master private key. So any wallet that gets generated, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, Solana, whatever, using that seed phrase, it will show, all of the balances will sync up between all the devices. Although I'm not sure I would import a 24-word seed phrase from an existing ledger onto my Tangem, depending on the situation. I wouldn't want to have my go-to like vault of, like, say I had like 50 grand worth of crypto. Not sure I'd really want it on my Tangem or not. I consider the Tangem more of a go-to daily use wallet as opposed to, you know, the mother lode. I don't know that I would really want to walk around with an app on my phone that showed all my holdings. It's just, it's up to you how you want to manage your crypto. But like I said, if you had, like, let's say you have $1 million worth of Bitcoin, you might want to store the bulk of that on a device that you only use in the privacy of your own home. And then maybe have a different one that you use for, you know, day-to-day stuff, right? And then, so that if you're walking around with your ledger, you know, you're not carrying around, you know, all of your holdings. Same with the Tangem, right? If you're, I don't know how you use the Tangem. I usually leave mine at home, but I wanted to use my wallet the other day when I was out and about, and I thought, oh, I don't have the card with me. And then I thought, you know, maybe I'll carry one of the 3 cards with me. I'll leave one at home, and I'll leave one in my wallet, and then I'll have another one, you know, hidden away somewhere. But like, if I were to do that, I really wouldn't want like millions of dollars of crypto on this card that I'm carrying around in my back pocket. Just makes me feel uncomfortable. Could I explain what ETF is all about? Oh, okay. Emmanuel is replying to South Florida. You need to write each one down, and the ledger live will only show you one at a time. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I was saying about several seed phrases and one device, yeah, which is a little tricky. ETF, we can just, ETF means exchange traded fund. It's generally considered like a thing that like stock investors do. It just means that a company can own a commodity, whatever it is. It can be a stock. It can be a basket of stocks. It can be gold. It could be silver. But the underlying asset is owned by the company, and then you buy stock in the company. So what they're talking about with a Bitcoin ETF would be, okay, there's a company like BlackRock or Grayscale, and they buy a bunch of Bitcoin, and they're holding that Bitcoin as a company, right? It's like the company fund. And so if the price of Bitcoin goes up, then the value of that fund will go up in relation to the price of Bitcoin. And it's an easy way for someone that doesn't want to buy a wallet or figure out how to self-custody Bitcoin, or even sign up for a crypto exchange. Because a lot of people, like with Robinhood, or if they have a normal trading account, can buy into an ETF pretty easy. So it's just a simple way for people to invest in Bitcoin. And there's a lot of companies out there that have applied for a Bitcoin ETF, and hopefully they'll get approved. That we're looking closer to approval than ever. And not just Bitcoin, there's also Ethereum ETFs. just means exchange traded fund. I'm not assuming that they're only used for crypto money laundering. I'm just telling you that the government considers them a little shaky. So, yeah, I'm not trying to diss on you or anything. I haven't done one in a while, to be honest with you. Yeah. Yeah, it totally depends on the user. I get it. Yeah. Well, when you say non-KYC, it has a bad ring to it. It's like, how do I buy crypto without revealing my identity, right? It's a loaded question, and I apologize. I didn't mean to diss you about it. I'm just pointing out that if someone comes to me and says, can you help me buy crypto without revealing my identity, then that puts me in a bad position, you know. Sure, I can help you with that. And then turns out he was an FBI informant, right? Oh, Rex just helped me launder money because I asked him for advice about buying crypto anonymously, and he helped me. I hate to sound paranoid, but in the world we live in today, I try to avoid controversy to the best of my ability. I have not signed up for MEXC with a VPN. I probably should. Apparently you can still, there's a lot of coins that you can't buy on, like, say, Coinbase. I find these pop-ups a little bit annoying, I have to tell you that. Yeah, I had to just dismiss like 4 pop-ups. That's a little bit annoying. But a lot of people have recommended MEXC. But yes, you have to use a VPN to access it. And from what I understand, you can get signed up for an account, and you know, it's pretty easy to use, and they have a lot of tokens that you can't get in the US on Coinbase and Kraken and stuff like that. I'm not opposed to it. I just haven't gone through the motions to get it done yet. Let's see. Yes, there are a lot of DEXs. Yeah, and I'm not opposed to using Uniswap or 1inch or PancakeSwap or anything else. And I have to admit, back in the day, you know, I did pretty well on PancakeSwap when it first came out. They were paying really high returns on, like, liquidity pools, and it was just crazy. It was like the Wild West. But now, not so much. And so what you have to do is find a new one that is still paying good returns. And but the more you look for the newer ones that pay the higher returns, the more risky the whole process gets. And I kind of went a little bit conservative because back in 2021, I was all in, right? And I had, I don't know, I had like $15,000 in the Terra Luna platform. And I was just raking it in, right? Because I was staking their stable coin. And then when they lost their dollar peg, I managed to withdraw all of the UST that I was staking, like 8,000. But I didn't get my I can't think of the name of their token now. Luna. I couldn't get my Luna out in time before it went to zero. And, you know, at the time it was only, I had only put in about $3,600, but it was worth like 8,000, almost 10,000. And then it went down basically to zero. And so I just counted that as a $3,600 loss. But it's experiences like that that kind of soured me on the whole DEX thing, because I was totally trustful of them. But I believe there were people that with deep pockets that targeted the Terra Luna ecosystem because they bought like millions of dollars worth of UST and then dumped it on the market so that it would lose its peg. So it left me stinging. So that's why lately I've just kind of been sticking to native staking of like Cosmos and Solana and Cardano, and just buying things on exchanges. So I guess that's the real reason that I'm not doing all of these DEX related videos anymore, because I got burned and I don't want anyone else to get burned after watching one of my videos. I'm glad everyone's here. Sorry that I didn't get the stream going at 9 like I wanted to. I don't know. Are there any troubleshooting questions? Yeah. Did you see my, did I throw that link in there? Yeah, that link for the,
hey guys, CryptoDad here again.
I take you through setting up a passphrase on a ledger. Trezor, I'll have to hand it to Trezor. Trezor is much easier to deal with passphrases because you can type them in into the Trezor suite rather than having to enter them on your device. Entering a passphrase onto a ledger device can be pretty tedious and stressful, especially if you've got a really long one. And the idea is you want them to be long as possible, right? You want them to be. So if we hold both buttons down for a few seconds, we can go over here to the command center. And if we go into settings and then over to security, then you can go into the passphrase section. And you can set up a passphrase. Oh, I got to click this. Okay. Okay. Advanced feature. Okay, I get it. Is it going to let me do this or not? Oh, okay. Set up a passphrase. And then we have two options: attach to pin, which means you enter a passphrase and then you also enter a secondary pin, which makes it easier to get into the passphrase. But people say that it's less secure because the passphrase is saved on your ledger in there somewhere. I don't know how the mechanics of that work. It's probably pretty difficult to extract it. But set temporary means that you basically have to enter it every time you want to use it. Good heavens. Okay, there. Oh, this is what I was talking about. I have to like spell it out. We go into lowercase, find my letter, you know, and then if you want to use a capital, you got to go back to this, change it to uppercase, and then, you know, find the uppercase letter that you're after, you know, and it's just very tedious to enter a long passphrase on your device. And I forgot, if I do this, then I get screwed. Oh, let me do it. I can do this. There, I'm just going to confirm it. There, that's my really short passphrase. And then I have to confirm with my PIN, and then I'm in a new configuration. Of course, you would want a much longer passphrase than that. But it's a little tedious to enter. Okay. The reason I went through this whole process was the last time I was in the middle of like demonstrating how to use a passphrase. I like unplugged the device in the middle of that process and it like reset my device. So now I was careful to finish the process so I don't like screw up. I mean, it was fine. I just had to restore my device, but it was inconvenient. Yeah. And then with Trezor, you know, you use Trezor Suite, you enter the passphrase on the computer. If I can find my... I'm just going to go ahead and connect I have a Trezor Safe 3 here. I'm sorry I have these lulls where I'm entering my passphrase. It's one of the drawbacks to doing these live. It's like, okay. So when you first enter, you've got your device connected and everything. When you first enter Trezor Suite, you can click Standard Wallet to give you the base configuration, or you can enter a phrase to, they call it a hidden wallet, but it's basically a passphrase protected wallet. And so you enter your passphrase from your keyboard. So much easier to access a passphrase configuration. I don't have any passphrase configurations on this device. And so you could have 5 different hidden wallet phrases. So you just have to keep track of them. Don't forget them, because if you forget one, you lose access to your configuration. Because there is no way to, reset or recall or, call Trezor support if you forget a passphrase. So it's, not recommended for a newcomer. And if you're going to juggle 5 of them, you might forget and, just try not to go too far above your ability to keep track of this stuff. The worst feeling in the world would be to, throw like a couple of Bitcoin in a configuration and then lose access to it because you made a typo or you forgot your passphrase or something like that. It would just be, horrible, right? But the only thing about the Trezor way is that you are typing your passphrase on your keyboard. And if you're infected with malware and you've got a keylogger or someone's watching your screen or remote access, then it's more vulnerable that way. The Ledger way is more secure but more tedious. And the Trezor way is a little easier to deal with but has its own drawbacks, the vulnerability of typing it in from your computer. Some people don't want to do it that way. I wouldn't. I've done it. It's not, it just depends on, your risk assessment, right? I'm not worried about somebody coming after me for, $500 worth of Bitcoin. Actually, I don't think there's anything in this particular wallet at the moment. Yeah, I think I emptied this one out. Or it's a reset wallet or something like that. Let me see. Where are we at here? I have okay, let's go back down here. Gosh, thank you so much. I've been searching, and this thing about passphrase, I had no idea. We could pretty much do unlimited passphrase, seed phrase. Graham, Rex, is this something to be concerned about? Researcher finds data harvesting inside Ledger Live app, or is it just FUD? Thank you. They could, if someone has figured out a way to data harvest, data harvesting is not stealing your private key. The private key is on the device, and if they're data harvesting from the Ledger app, then it's possible that they might be, and we're assuming this is true and this is a thing, right? Let's just give it our worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is they could see what you're doing, but they would not be able to take your crypto. But they might be able to piece together information about you and your wallet. And God forbid, if they are harvesting data and they see you're managing a lot of crypto, they might be able to do some sort of secondary investigation that might reveal your whereabouts. But that's a long shot. Usually what they would do is if they could tie that wallet to an email, then they might send you a phishing email. And if you're savvy, then you wouldn't fall for that. But that's a concern if they're data harvesting from the Ledger Live app. I hadn't read about that. I'll have to do some more research. I didn't hear that story yet. But like I said, there's no way to steal your crypto by harvesting data out of the Ledger Live app because the private key is not stored in the app. So, but it could give them information and clues to maybe subject you to a phishing attack or even a physical attack if they figure out who you are and where you are. So yeah, it's a cause for concern, but it's not going to steal the crypto out of your wallet, right? The only way they can do that is with the private key or tricking you into revealing the seed phrase. Ooh, I wanted to show you guys something. Yeah, this is great. If I can find this. This came in, and I think it was the other email. You're going to love this one. Here. Check this out. All right, so I get this email yesterday, and I'm like, okay, this is BS. So the first thing we see here is it's not from Ledger, right? I don't know what this is, but it's not ledger.com, but it pretends to be Ledger, and it tells me I need to update, and it gives me a date. And so red flag 1 is not from ledger.com. Red flag number 2, and this is a big one, they're pressing you for time. Anytime you get some kind of alert that tells you you've got an hour or you've got a day, or a day or two to get something done or else, then it's a red flag for a scam right there. Anytime it's time pressure. So, but let's jump through these hoops and see what happens. So it says, okay, I got to go update. So failing to complete the update may result in a temporary account suspension. Well, there's no such thing as account suspension, right? No one can suspend your wallet. Your wallet is not an account anyway. Your wallet is your own, right? So, but people get confused and they think, oh, somebody's going to suspend my account. There's no such thing as a Ledger account. Yeah. But anyway, let's hit it. Oh, hey, Scott, it's good to have you here. Let's click this update and see what happens. Okay, so it looks like Ledger Live, right? It's got the Ledger Live icon, but notice it's running in a browser tab. So Ledger Live is a separate app. But let's see what happens when we click to open. Notice how it goes full screen. It takes my web browser into full screen mode, so now it looks more like an app to me. Or if I'm not paying attention, I'm just clicking links. I may think, hey, it just opened Ledger Live for me. Looks like Ledger Live. It's almost identical over here. So let's click update and see what happens. Oh, now it wants me to enter my seed phrase, right? So I'm not worried about clicking this app. The app can't steal my crypto. I can launch it. I can play with it. This is where you get screwed, is when you enter your seed phrase. So it's asking me to enter my 24 words. That's the scam, right? They're pretending to launch Ledger Live. They make me think I'm in Ledger Live, and I'm worried that my account is going to be suspended. I've got 50 grand worth of crypto in here, and I'm sweating bullets. And so they're telling me if I don't update, I'm going to lose my account. So I get to this point, and it's telling me, enter your seed phrase. No, don't. Don't ever enter your seed phrase anywhere on a computer unless you know what you're doing and you're restoring your MetaMask wallet or something like that. But don't ever enter your Ledger seed phrase from your keyboard on your computer. The only time you ever enter your seed phrase is when you're doing a restore. And when you're doing a restore, you enter the words on your device, never in your computer. So this is just a scam to get me to reveal my seed phrase. right? And so if I hit escape, okay, now when I hit escape, I can see I'm still in that browser tab. But they took me full screen to try and trick me into thinking, oh, Ledger Live just launched. But no, I'm still in this faux app in my browser. And now I can't get out of this. There, right? All I have to do is close the browser tab, and I'm done with them, right? So if you get an email like this, like, look at the signs, right? Not from Ledger, trying to use time pressure and threatening you with loss of access to your crypto, right? And there's and it's I don't know what you call it, an inline link, right? It's inside the email. So don't ever click links from your email because it's going to take you to faux Ledger Live or, you know, something crazy like this where it's going to ask you to enter your seed phrase. So the software can't do anything to me. It's me entering the seed phrase is where they get me, right? So just avoid ever entering your seed phrase. And just close that out. You're fine. But I thought that was kind of cool that I got, you know, one of these scams in the wild. And there's going to be more and more scams as we get closer to the halving of next year. And especially this time of year, holiday season, you're going to get a lot of scams. So keep your eyes open for those. Let's see. Can I ask you something? If that's the case, so you can pretty much create unlimited seed phrases. Okay. Can I ask you, if that's the case, how do these hardware wallet companies going to make any money? People would just buy one and then that'd be it. No? Yes. In your situation, yeah, they're only selling you one device. But as I mentioned, managing multiple passphrases or seed phrases can be confusing, especially for a newcomer. You're much better off if you want multiple wallets to buy 3 devices or 4 devices. So they'll make their money that way. But you're right about their business model. They only make money when they sell a hardware wallet. And usually it's to a new user. Now there are, you know, old hats like me and Scott who've been around for a while. And, you know, I've probably bought 3 or 4 ledgers over the years. So some people buy more than one. But the main problem that a company like Ledger has is people screwing up and losing their crypto. And so they fell upon the bright idea to have this recovery service because the Ledger Recover service then they're getting a $9 a month subscription fee. That's their answer to the problem of a one-off sale, because you can only sell so many hardware wallets, right? But, you know, realistically, there are more and more people getting into crypto every day, and Ledger was #1, so I don't know why they couldn't just focus on making great wallets instead of trying to, you know, get people to sign up for this recover service. I mean, I get it. It's more revenue. It's steady revenue coming their way from one user, right? They've got one user who's giving them steady revenue every month. And it's true. People lose their seed phrases a lot. And there are a lot of people out there that really need this backup service so they won't lose their crypto. I get that. But the hard and fast crypto community doesn't much care for this service. I get it. World Explorer, awe-inspiring sights and smiles. Thank you. For the other token, like PZP, BNB-based, ETH-based, process time is just 2 minutes. Caspa took too much time. What's your opinion? Did you face the same for Caspa? Why okay? I bought some Caspa on Uphold, and I found it to be I didn't find it to be unreasonably slow. I transferred some Caspa from Uphold to my Tangent wallet, and it came in pretty quick. I'm not sure what you were transferring from between, but I didn't find it to be unreasonably slow. You know, Solana, Polygon, those are pretty fast chains. And I found Caspa to be pretty fast. It just depends on where you're transferring it to and from and what time of day it is even. Because when the network is busy, things get slower. So, but my opinion of Caspa is it seems to be reasonably efficient, right? Faster than Bitcoin, for sure. Because it's a smaller chain, right? There's less activity on the Caspa chain. That's been my experience with it. Question is related to token transfer from Tangent. I tried transferring Caspa from Tangent to my KuCoin account, and it took 15 to 20 minutes on confirmation. Transferring from your wallet to an exchange can take longer because the exchange has its own internal processes that take time. So blockchain wise, you may like when you're transferring Bitcoin from your wallet to Coinbase, you can see on the blockchain that the process is done, right? That's confirmed, but it takes sometimes an hour or two for Coinbase to recognize the Bitcoin as completely in your account, right? You can see you have a pending deposit, but it might take a while for it to be tradable or spendable. But that's just reflection of the internal mechanisms of the exchange, not the blockchain. Although some blockchains tend to come up for spending quicker. Like, for example, if I transfer Solana from my wallet to Coinbase, it's usually there within a few minutes. I'm not sure why your Caspa took so long to confirm in your KuCoin account. It might have been a high traffic time when KuCoin was busy. I don't know. I've had transfers take 24 hours before on KuCoin. I remember once I transferred some cake token from my MetaMask wallet to my KuCoin account, and it wasn't even there till the next day. I actually contacted their tech support and gave them the transaction ID, and they were like, okay, and then it showed up eventually. So it's not always the blockchain, I guess, what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's the exchange. Other tokens come in quicker. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I understand completely. I would never follow through just to be curious. Tony Dizelle, I'm a newbie to crypto and not really interested in DeFi. Seems like the best strategy would be to get stable coins from an exchange like Coinbase and convert them to BTC with a non-KYC swap platform. Yeah, if you could do that. Unfortunately, Bitcoin doesn't lend itself well to DEXs. There are a lot of DEXs where you can swap Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, those sort of things. Bitcoin, there aren't too many third-party DEXs where you can swap for Bitcoin. Although one of them is this thing here. Crypto Intercombino. You saw that when we went to swap. Let's do this. CIC, that's it. Crypto Intercombino. So it works under the hood when you're in Ledger Live and you're doing swaps, but you can go there yourself. Basically, let's say you want to buy some Ethereum, right? And you are willing to send them, let's be reasonable, let's say 0.2 Bitcoin. I don't know what that is right now, but it's a couple $100 at least. And then you'll get, well, it's more than that, right? You'll get 3 Ethereum. So it's probably more like 6,000, 5,000, or whatever. But the way this thing works is you say, okay, I'm going to send you Bitcoin and you'll send me Ethereum. So you have to give them the address of your Ethereum wallet. All right, and you give them your Ethereum address. And then the next step is, okay, send us 2.2 Bitcoin and we'll send you the Ethereum. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking. I mean, you want to grab this ID, the transaction ID, and save it in case something happens. Because I had a problem with them before, and I sent them my ID, and they helped me out. But yeah, I mean, they're like, okay, send 0.2 Bitcoin to this address, and you'll get your Ethereum in your wallet. So, and you don't have to sign up for this or give them your ID. But this is not really a DEX in that sense of the word, because it is centralized. But you can do like kind of anonymous swaps. Of course, your IP reveals who you are, where you are to a certain extent. But you don't have to give them an email address or any ID documents. So that's one way to do it. But yeah, I mean, and if you wanted to buy Bitcoin, you could use stablecoin. So in other words, let's say I want to buy Bitcoin and I have Tether. Whoops. So yeah, I mean, if I have some Tether, if I have 5,000 in Tether, I could use that to swap for Bitcoin if I wanted to, right? So you could buy Tether on just about any exchange and then put it in your wallet and use it to, for swapping on this exchange. But you can't buy Bitcoin on Uniswap or 1inch or PancakeSwap. You can buy like wrapped Bitcoin, but not real Bitcoin. What's your favorite hardware wallet user's interface? Do you have a personal favorite, super user-friendly, beautiful, and elegant? Which one would you vote for? I've used a lot of different wallets. I might want to go by category. So, for an air-gapped wallet, I really like the Ngrave. The Ngrave wallet has a beautiful touchscreen. But air-gapped wallets are a little difficult for the average user. But as far as like a beautiful interface, I'd say I like Ngrave. And as far as easy to use and cheap, and app-based, we already talked about the Tangem, right? And that was the first question I was asked when we started the stream is, he was asking me between Ledger, Trezor, and Tangem, what is your recommendation? And, it's a great interface, but it just depends on how you want to deal with your crypto. I mean, I can tell you what wallets I think are nice, but you really have to decide for yourself which one is best for you. I think my recommendation over with the Ledger Nano S Plus, it's a great wallet, it's really easy to use, and it's really versatile. But using the little tiny screen is a bit of a pain, right? But Ledger Live, Ledger Live is pretty easy to use, and it's got a lot of functionality. So, are you a desktop user or are you a phone-based user? If you're a phone-based user, you probably want to go with Tangem. You can use you can use a Ledger with your phone, but you would need the Bluetooth version, the Ledger Nano X, which is more. I have my crypto on Uphold. Should I put it all on my Ledger Nano? I wouldn't do anything rash. I always recommend holding your crypto on in a wallet, But my advice to you is, if you have everything on Uphold, don't rush out and buy a wallet and rush and move all your crypto off Uphold to your wallet in one fell swoop, right? You want to take it slow, make a few small transfers, see how it works for you, get the feel of it, and then wait a few days or a week before you start transferring huge chunks from Uphold. Uphold is not going to go away overnight, right? But best use case, store your crypto in your own wallet. Make your own choice. What wallet do you want? It could be a hardware wallet. It could be a software wallet. It could be a phone-based wallet. It doesn't have to be a hardware wallet. Hardware wallets are more secure, but just put it in your own wallet, one way or the other. Uphold and Coinbase are not going anywhere. Coinbase, Kraken, these are U.S. based, but ultimately you're much better off. You have more control using your own wallet, and my recommendation is some kind of hardware wallet, be it a Ledger or a Trezor or a Tangem or an Engrave or a Keystone Pro or an Ellipal. There's lots of great wallets out there for different use cases, but put your crypto in your own wallet. But don't rush anything. Don't rush out. The One Key Touch is also a good wallet. I like the One Key Touch. It has a nice touch screen on it too. I did a review of the One Key Touch. Yeah, it works with desktop and phone. So yeah, I believe it's got Bluetooth functionality, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it does. So yeah, I mean, you can use the One Key app, which is similar to Ledger Live. You can like manage your crypto and do swaps, and then you can also use the One Key app. If I can find it here, with the One Key Touch hardware wallet. All right, you can see, I don't think there's any Caspa in here at the moment, but see, you can manage your One Key Touch in the phone and in the app, right? You can manage multiple One Key devices. So that's pretty easy to use. And I believe the price is right? Well, it's a little expensive. It runs along the same lines as the Engrave. The Engrave is like $400. So, but the touchscreen is great. Yeah. So in this case, you've got to decide whether you want to spend that kind of money. Yeah. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. We've got to go pick up the kids from school here in a few minutes. I want to thank everybody for joining me and just giving me a lot of good questions. I didn't get a chance to move too much crypto around because I was busy responding to questions. Don't forget, I'm going to do my live stream. I'm not going to be here on Saturday. So I'm going to be doing my live stream on Sunday night instead. And I'll post a link to that today or tomorrow. I'll get that up to give you guys a heads up. But I will not be here on Saturday at 6. I'm going to be doing it on Sunday this week because we're going down to visit some relatives and have dinner for the holidays. So, but every other week I do that at 6 p.m. We'll see. I mean, things get crazy when we get closer to the holidays, Christmas and New Year. So, but I'll stick to my once a week, whether it's Saturday night or Sunday night. You'll still be able to join me for my live streams. And I'll stick to my Wednesdays as well. Once again, sorry I didn't get the live stream going earlier today. I want to thank everybody that joined kind of late today. Maybe it was good for you guys. Maybe you were home from work or, whatever. So once again, I want to thank you guys. And I got to get going. I got my kid, got to go pick up my kids from school. So thank you very much for that, Kerwin. Ministries. Oh, I appreciate your donation. I want to thank everybody again. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click. That will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.